Heavenly Father Lord, I am but a humble servant, walking in line with my purpose for existing. Forgive me of those sins I might have committed knowingly and unknowingly. And as I start this day, grant me the promises and blessings to fulfill my essence. All these I ask for humbly by your grace. Amen. And I'll say good morning to you this way. Each and every day, we can just, come above water is a blessed day. And I always know that. I'd always known it, but having to get involved in it or having to be a part of it even, shows that it's so great to be alive. I mean, a whole lot of people might say otherwise, but I'm just blessed to be everywhere in the morning, especially being happy and being on top of everything. Possibly, God first. God is on top of everything. Then afterwards, I come around and I do my thing, and I'm just a reflection of the pattern and the ways that He wants to take me, and that's the way I believe, and that's the way I go with my own flow in the morning hour. What can I say? It's a beautiful day. It's a way to start a day. It's a way to start a morning. And if you start right, I believe that will say a lot about what's going to happen throughout the day for you. Welcome aboard. This is Cradle Radio. All right, the applause wasn't meant to be a part of it, but it just dove right in. And what can I do when it happens? I'll just laugh about it, Everything is pre-planned. That's the way I view life. I just feel like I'm just playing my role in it. This is Cradle Radio, and we call this one Feel Good Morning in the morning hour. It's not that lengthy. I just added that add-on into it. Feel Good Radio with Akinloye in the morning. It's meant to wake you up, and we hope we've been doing justice to that in the past couple of days since the inception of the show. Streaming live, all right? It's been on cradleradio.com for since last year anyways. So we decided this year we're gonna switch gears and get into having to come streaming into your homes or your gadgets, your phones or your desktop or otherwise. So we just wanted you to have a feel of what's happening in the studios, especially when we're doing our thing. And it's become a way of life. And it's live on cradleradio.com, and it's live on your sets as well. And that's probably on YouTube. If you're watching YouTube now, we're streaming live. If you're watching through Instagram, we're streaming live. And if you're watching through Twitch, we're streaming live as well. So in those platforms with that. And another one we want to hit as soon as is Facebook. One of us streaming live as well on Facebook, so kind of go to our page on Facebook, which is Cradle Radio. That's the page. Follow us on Facebook so we could stream live on the same way we're doing on all these other platforms. And if you're there, it makes a whole lot of sense. And we could all just be a huge family doing what we do best in the morning hour, and that's getting our mood right in the morning. So I say good morning that way. Haven't had that one done. Now, we got a couple of news headlines this morning, and this is what we do. If you're just joining us for the very first time, in the morning hour, we tend to, bring you news from the African continent, news headlines, things happening as of the moment. Of course, when we have other news from other places as well, we slice those ones in. Not you. We put those ones in as well to just make it, a uniform thing. Like this morning, I got a great news for people of Catholic faith. All right, it's a great news, and but it's kind of I'll say not a monitor, but it's a way of telling you how the Pope is doing. All right. Okay, so that one, we have that locked down. And aside that, we have all other news from Africa. And it's said that the Catholic faith has a huge following in Africa. I believe so as well. There's so many SS Peter and Paul that when I was growing up, you just passed by very, very good places to go to, too. I'm not hyping them. I'm just saying, it's you go for the mass and you get it done with, So we just want to wish the Pope to recover and be well, and we want to pray for him as well in our minds. We got 1 hour of the show in the morning, streaming live on YouTube, on Instagram. I keep swallowing stuff in the morning, on Instagram and on Twitch as well. So we got great stuff coming your way this morning. And I have this, I'm just going to showcase a whole lot of stuff that we have, lined up for you this morning. All right. We got this beautiful young lady from Ghana. They told her women shouldn't box. But now she's Ghana's first female world champion. Well, I saw some of the devastation she did around the ring with somebody from the UK. I didn't want to put that on live. It's like it's blood everywhere. She can fight. Oh, she a boxer. She a world champion. So we got that locked down for you this morning, and we got also we have something coming out of Egypt as well. Egypt's president will not attend the White House. I think we touched on this the other one, so like last week or thereabout. Okay, so possibly we're going to flip off of this one, and we're going to catch up on another one. All right, this is the one for the Pope. All right, Pope Francis showing early signs of kidney failure, according to the Vatican. We'll touch base on that, and we'll just quickly give you a brief of what's happening around that. And also, now, if you're expecting containers, okay, now listen to this real good. If you're expecting containers, you better listen to this one. Suez Canal sees ship traffic return amid Red Sea crisis. That's right. All right, so you better pay attention to that. That's still coming your way as well. And I got this one. This is more over mystical stuff about cats. Big cats out of Senegal. I had this a long time ago. Well, you know what? We thought, he should sound interesting. So we'll probably touch base on that as well. And what else we got? Okay, let's see this one. Cairo Dog Cafe offers space for owners and pets to hang out together. I like that. Courtesy of the fact that I got Ruben in the studios with me today as well. So, that's something that catches my fancy as well. So I'm going to roll that as well this said morning. And what else we got? Okay, now we're going to start with this one. All right, so where do we start our news article from this morning? It's going to be coming out of Egypt. And like we did yesterday, I did tell you that wherever we're starting the news article from, we'll give you a weather forecast of what's happening over there. And we'll probably just, roll that with you. Then we'll go to music. Then we'll come back to the news headlines, if that's okay by you. All right, it's going to be sunny in Cairo today. It feels like 9 degrees. Expect sunny skies. The high will be 16 degrees Celsius. A wind moving at 17 kilometers per hour. Humidity is at 69%. Visibility, it's like 10 kilometers. It's just a little buzzy and all that. So you know what? The weather's going to be great. The weather's going to be good. It's going to be 7 degrees, but it will feel like 9 degrees. Okay. That's that for that. Okay, now let's get back to the nitty-gritty of what we're going to do this morning. But before then, you know how I do things, having to just, acknowledge God is just not enough for me. I like to praise, it's just my thing. I want to be lifted. And I came across this music and I've not let that music go for 1 second. I really played it earlier off the live broadcast on Cradle Radio. I really, played it off the live broadcast. I was listening to my AirPods and I felt, you know what, I got to share this music. This is beautiful. And this is a music that I just don't even know how to describe it. But the best part about it is that I did say yesterday that if you understand something about Africa, every part of Africa has got their own pidgin English, right? Pidgin is a breakdown of English with the individual slangs from that region of Africa that it's coming from. So, Nigeria's got its own pidgin. I know Liberia's got its own pidgin. Senegal's got its own pidgin. In every part of Africa, it's a broken down, a language that only the locals would basically understand better. But if you listen real good, you would understand. But the good part about this song is that it's got a blend of pigeon in it, and it's still glorifying God. And one thing for sure that you must know is that Africans know how to glorify God. All right. Now listen to this. It's from Moses Bliss and Nija, alongside Jay Asika. It's got all those other people in there. I'm gonna roll it back. Because if you're listening, on live radio right now on cradleradio.com, you're gonna hear me just roll it back and for the essence of the people that are streaming with us and paying attention to how we're doing online in terms of visual streaming. Okay, so let's enjoy the music of Moses Bliss and a whole lot of other people, as it says, "Eat flow." That's what he calls this one. No be wash, if you check out, you go know. Blessings show from my head out to my toes. No be joke, even for my face, they show. I know fi count, oh. The blessings of God upon me life, oh. See as my life is a balance, oh. Now the grace of the Lord taking me high, oh. No be fantasy, your love is my reality. The anointing they break it, the yoke all of them they believe. Say my God do the go. The way you pamper me steady, you surprising me constantly. You see my energy.
This is Cradle Radio. The home of all things Africa.
If you shake on, you can know. Blessings strong from my head down to my toes. Don't be joke, even for my face.
The oil flowing steady. Come at the boy from trenches. He lost the feedback, my blessings. I thank God, so I'm never stressing. No. Fall under the umbrella. I get it on. Let me know it's over. My darling, you're going. You put the oil for my head. When I look around, everything I see just they make me believe. Say, oil in my head, oh. As you see me, they shine, oh. Supper and me be like bready and tea before. Jehovah help me, oh. Now I don't do select, but they bring that my connect. All of my songs just they make sense. All day my head, oh. Not the word that they confess. We can't they making me the best. Who got them, there's no man contest. All day my head, oh. That's why it flow. I am my head, it flow. Never be a show. Don't be a show. If you check out, you go know. This is Cradle Radio. This is Cradle Radio. This is Cradle Radio.
This is Cradle Radio.
The home of all things Africa.
Music of Moses Blaze, Niger, Ajay Asika, a whole lot of other people right in there. That's good song. That's good uplifting music, especially when it's all about praises in the morning hour. I love that aspect of it. It's always just good, especially in the morning when you have to do a whole lot of stuff. Just, praise the creator. I don't blame anybody who just falls in love with this kind of music at all times. If you can get it, then why don't you just listen to it? And that's the way I feel in the morning hour. So one of the things that we're going to do this morning, all right, we'll touch base with this one. All right, let's go to the Suez Canal, back in, where's this one? Okay, it's just right here. So we touch base with this one, and let's see what this one's got this morning, and I'll see what this one plays with. All right, give me 1 second in there. Okay, so in the morning, what I love to do, what I like to do is tend to educate people or inform people. Not educate. Educate might be a really strong word for in not to disrespect nobody. I don't want to educate anybody. I just want to inform. That's the way to go about it. So in the morning hour, I just want to just get this done with, and while we're doing it, it's just a way of having to tell you what's happening each and every time, especially around the world. And when you do that, it encompasses so many things. You get to be abreast of situations, of things around you. and don't mind me sometimes because I'm the one. I've got like 10, moving hands everywhere. So, and in my time zone, this is like early morning. So obviously, I'm the one that's controlling all things. So if you are, let's say, an importer and an exporter, kind of in the line of business, you better listen to this real good because what this one says is really, it could be really upsetting for people that are expecting their containers. And he says Suez Canal sees ship traffic return amid a Red Sea crisis. And that when that one says that, what can you do if you're expecting, oh, my container is going to come around? No, your container ain't coming around anytime soon. Okay, so the best part about it is for you to listen, and we'll probably hope for the best in terms of getting all of this fiasco, sorted out eventually. Now it says Suez Canal sees ship traffic return amid Red Sea crisis. Egypt's Suez Canal is regaining traffic as 47 ships have rerouted from the Cape of Good Hope to the canal since early February. Suez Canal Authority Chairman Osama Rabi confirmed the shift, stating that the Red Sea crisis has not provided a lasting alternative to the vital trade route. Since November 2023, Iran-backed Houthi militants have been attacking vessels in the Red Sea, forcing ships to take longer, and costlier routes around Africa. However, Rabi sees positive signs of stability returning to the region. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi previously estimated that disruption could cost Egypt up to $7 billion in lost Suez Canal revenue in 2024. For now, the global shipping industry watches closely as traffic patterns shift in response to regional tensions. When I look at that and I hear stuff like this, it's just I really don't get that aspect of stopping people's business in a way, especially when those business makes countries around Africa thrive. I mean, it's not the only thing people trade in, but the seaport is an essential part of economic growth in major parts of the world. So if you're targeting that and disrupting business flow, it's a chain reaction. It's gonna trickle down to people not getting what they need to get, and hence things are gonna be expensive, and timeliness is not gonna be key no more in the getting business done in different quarters. So if you really want to fight people, go fight them. Fight them in different ways. I'm not pro violence. I'm just saying, why disrupt containers going in and out? The shipping route. Otherwise, who's gonna suffer it? This is truth. Who's gonna suffer it? And sometimes this is where I get really, really livid, especially with the so-called freedom fighters and all that. You do stuff that is stupid. I'm not even mincing words this morning. That's the reality. It's just common sense. Now, you let's say people were expecting medications from overseas, from different quarters or different places, because not everything is going to come through the airplane. So if people are expecting things that's going to be beneficial to their way of life, to their health and all that, you would rather, because of the fact that you are targeting whoever and whatever, you'd rather disrupt that movement. And the country itself is going to lose $7 billion. All right, so who's going to be affected? You think it should think it's the rich men that can afford to fly whatever consignment they want, board a cargo plane, or the average man that's just trying to make a buck? It's just think about it. But common sense sometimes ain't coming. Well, morning hour with Akinloye. Feel Good Radio, this is what we call it. Yeah, that's the name, at least for now. And hopefully forever. Feel Good Radio in the morning. We want to showcase to the world a slice of how we do radio. especially in Africa. And I told friends of mine around there, I said, I've never seen a more interesting radio flow except when I'm in Africa. It just gives a buzz. Radio is more serious than the way people talk about it. And sometimes people say, "Oh, you do I don't do podcasts. No, I do real live broadcasting." I don't have any problem with people podcasting. That's okay. That's understandable. But 30 years of experience would not go into, just the cliche of tagging it with that name. It's not going to happen. So whenever you're on Cradle Radio, what you're hearing on Cradle Radio is not recorded. It's live studio play. That's right. And want to thank everybody, sending in messages of goodwill and all that from all over the world. That's a good part about it. And I see people from Russia. I send my algorithm page to a buddy of mine. I say, "Oh my God, people in Russia love me." They're like, "Oh my God, people in India listening to me. Oh my God, what?" In my mind, I never even thought it was gonna be like that. Traffic is busy and all that. I love this. Thank you so very much for being a part of it. Thank you so very much for tuning in. And how do you tune in for first timers? All you got to do is go on www.cradleradio.com, and we are broadcasting to the whole world through that. There's a live player on the right-hand side, top right-hand side. You click on that, and you're listening to us live. You're listening to the music live. If you don't, sometimes in the afternoons, I might just want to listen to music. You'll have a feel of that. Different genres of music coming out of Africa. Different genres of music. And I did tell Magnus the other day, I said, "Listen, Magnus, we got over kind of 200 genres of music out of that place." That's right. It's not just what you listen to that's trending. There's a whole lot more. Good morning, people. If you're just tuning in, thanks. Here we are. Let's get into news item for the day. All right, we dealt with that over the Suez Canal. I got this other one out of Egypt as well. I kind of like it, right? If you're a dog lover, you're probably going to like this as well. Now, wait for it. It's coming your way. I like it. I really do like it. Let's see if this is it. This one. I'll check this one out. Oh, not this one. All right, let's see if it's. This is it. Excellent. All right. It says Cairo Dog Cafe offers a space for owners and pets to hang out together. What really caught my eye was when I saw Cairo, because in my mind I'm like, okay, North Africa, and the whole shebang, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, the like pets there as well, because I don't want to touch on nobody's feelings, and especially if it's a religious thing as well, because I know in Egypt they have Christians, they have Muslims, and they have so in my mind I'm thinking, okay, so people do like a man's best friend around that place too. That is interesting, and I kind of like it. And at the end of the day I realized, oh my God, it's even more bubbly than I thought it would be. And okay, let me put this one just right before getting you to the news. Now with that, okay, so it says dog owners brought their furry companions to a winter bazaar at a dog cafe in the Egyptian capital of Cairo, and simply named the Dog Cafe. It is created a space for people and animals that is otherwise difficult to find in a big city. Ola Lofty and her partner Hossam Hassan founded the cafe in 2022 with the goal of creating a community and a different space for people and animals. We have non-porous floors in order to avoid the spread of disease and bad odors in every corner. You'll find a space to tie your dog. She said, you know. Sometimes when I look at it, it all depends. If you're grooming your friend well, and when I say your friend, your pet, if you groom them well, there shouldn't be any odor or anything. You know, I'm talking from a perspective of somebody who's got a Bernese and who's got a husky as well. So once you treat them right, it's like saying if you don't have a shower or something, what you're gonna be, oozing out there. Okay, so if you treat them right, that shouldn't be a problem, and you get to have a fun time with them. And like I say, they're loyal, man. They're so loyal that if I put a camera down, you probably see Ruben on the ground here as well. He's here with me somewhere. He doesn't want to come up. Probably I'll show you what it looks like, before the end of the show. All right, get back. Let's get back to more news item for the day. This one is really, really gonna get you into the groove, especially in the morning. And I'm talking about people of Catholic faith. And if you happen to be that person, who wants to know about how the Pope is doing, all right, you're on the right place. So it's not just any other thing. It's just about finding how he's doing in that part of the world. All right. Pope Francis showing early signs of kidney failure, according to the Vatican. Man, it's sometimes we look at stuff and old age is something that's going to come to everybody. That's the truth. Whether you like it or not, we can be forever. That's why I tell everybody who has power in terms of how they can influence things and people and even countries or even a space and time, that listen, at every given time, whatever you have, you had better use it good, because at the end of the day, it's just not going to be about you. It's going to be about what you've done and what you can do. And I'm going to read this one out for you. So if you're following, the medical situation with the Pope Francis, you will probably just want to just have this being read to you. Pope Francis showing early signs of kidney failure, according to the Vatican. It was a quiet night at Gemelli Hospital in Rome, where Pope Francis has been battling pneumonia and complex lung infection for the past 10 days. But according to latest statement from the Vatican, the 88-year-old pontiff is now also in an early stage of kidney failure. According to the Holy See, the Pope had slept well and even attended Mass from his apartment in the hospital on Sunday. However, blood analysis showed that he had signs of early kidney failure, which is for now under control. Francis was initially hospitalized on 14th of February for bronchitis, and he then developed pneumonia in both lungs. Concerns for the head of the Catholic Church also stems from the fact that he had part of one lung removed when he was younger. The Pope has experienced a series of health problems over the years, ranging from respiratory infections to difficulties walking and a colon surgery. His current hospital stay is the fourth one since 2021. And meanwhile, prayers and messages of solidarity for Francis poured in from the 1.4 billion Catholics around the world. Well, what can we say? What can we say? We just want to wish him a steady recovery, and we pray that he gets better and he gets well, because give or take, it's just he's 88 years old, so I'm not demystified about different possibilities. I just know that whether we like it or not, we just gotta, in our own way, pray for him, because if he can spend more years with us, why not? If not, it's just we grow old, and people grow old. We also grow old, and I'll dedicate that song for the Pope this morning. You know, it's a music in a West African language, it's a music in Yoruba language, and it's like "You Are Mighty." That's what the title is, and this one is specifically for the Pope. You know, you remember we did something for the Islamic leader the other time as well. So it's not a bad thing, especially in the morning hour, to do this one for the Pope as well. This is a music from Nathaniel Bassey, you know, Chandler Moore, and Oba Olorun Agbaye. Call this one "You Are Mighty." Olorun Agbaye, "You Are Mighty." Have a listen, and we'll be right back.
Whoa, yeah. You are mighty God, mighty God. Whoa, yeah. Time, mighty one, one who sits high but looks way down low. Oh yeah. You are good, you are kind, you are more than these. Lost for words, trying to describe you. Elohim, Elion, Ale Shelevi. Your greatness is all I see. There is nothing you cannot do.
This is Cradle Radio.
Mountain you cannot move. If you have said it, then you will do it. 'Cause you have a track record of keeping your word. And you're not about to stop doing it now. All over Ambaye, you are mighty. All over Ambaye, you are mighty. Should be one love for sure. Should be left for sure. All over Ambaye, you are mighty, By the blood that you shed, we have overcome. This charge that acquitted for life, Then you gave us the right to your holy name. Yeah. The center of power and strength. There is nothing you cannot change, Baba. There's no bondage you cannot break. If you have said it, then you will do it. You have a track record of keeping your word. And you're not about to stop doing it now. Oh Lord, Ọlọ́run àgbáyé o, Ọlọ́run àgbáyé o, Ọlọ́run àgbáyé o, ṣé bí wọ́n lọ fojú ọrùn, mo ní ṣé báyìí lẹ fojú ọrùn, Jesus. Ṣé bí wọ́n lọ fojú ọrùn? Ṣé bí wọ́n lọ fojú ọrùn? Ṣé bí wọ́n lọ
Music of Nathaniel Bassey. This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. Wherever you can get your hands on this music, you better go get it. This is really good. Ọlọ́run àgbáyé, you are mighty. Translating that, Ọlọ́run àgbáyé. All right, go check that out in the morning. Go check what Ọlọ́run àgbáyé means out. And that it's a way to just get involved in the music as well. This is great. Good morning, people. If you're just joining in, if you have your songs that you want us to, readily play out on Cradle Radio, you can send us those songs via the mail address of Cradle Radio. It's at info@cradleradio.com. Info@cradleradio.com. Once you do that, we'll be able to, get to have a communication line with you so we can roll the song. We can tell you how you get remunerated for it. And we have our license for all the songs that we play on Cradle Radio. So, not to worry about it. We appreciate good stuff and want to showcase that to the world so everybody can have a piece of your creativity and your, the feel of the kind of gift God has given you. This is Cradle Radio. Don't go nowhere. In the morning hour, what we do is we get to have news headlines, a mix of news headlines, a mix of music. It's not going to do anybody any ill. And with that, you could, just follow things around the world while enjoying yourself, especially in the morning hour. Now, I got this one coming your way, and it's about a female boxer out of Ghana this morning, right? And she's doing great. She's doing great. I was tempted to want to put some of her stuff, the picture of her having a bout with somebody on the stream, but I said to myself, no, that's gonna be a little gory. You never know who's watching, right? So why don't you let's just let's get that one out of the way. Now this one says, and they told her women shouldn't box, but now she's Ghana's first female world champion. All right, what am I talking about? All right, you're gonna hear it right now. Well, she's called Abigail Kwate. She's breaking barriers in Ghanaian boxing, no doubt. She's a Ghanaian fighter, and she's making history and putting her country on the global map for women boxing. That's right. Abigail has become Ghana's first female world boxing champion, a feat that cements her legacy and the country's rich boxing tradition. When I first saw this in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, she can do it, But truth be told, she really can do it. She knows what she's doing, And when she's doing that, it just cements, the kind of ability that she has with her. Abigail's journey into boxing started in the streets of Jamestown, one of Accra's oldest and most historic neighborhoods. At just 28 years old, she has now joined the rank of legendary Ghanaian boxers such as Azuma, the Professor, Nelson, Bukom Banku, and Ike Kwati. But unlike them, she has had a battle more than just opponents in the ring. She has also had to fight against societal expectations and gender norms. All right. So you got to listen to this real good, because you might have a girl or child who wants to start boxing, So listen to this and don't deter them from their greatness. Her path to boxing was unexpected. At the time she got into boxing, she was selling rice with her aunt. That's true. And she says she would play football with the boys in her neighborhood. She did that for a while until her brother, who was also a boxer, asked her to get gloves and join him for his training on Saturdays and Sundays. That's what Cortez recalls. It was her brother who noticed her athletic abilities and encouraged her to train. However, not everyone in her family was supportive. Her aunts and siblings were strongly opposed to her decision to pursue boxing, often begging her coach to dissuade her. They hadn't seen a woman boxing before, she explains, but thankfully, her coach encouraged her, and now she's a professional boxer. Making history in the ring. In November, Cortez achieved a milestone that no other Ghanaian woman had ever done before. She won the WIBF World Super Bantamweight title after defeating British boxer Sangeeta Birdie at the Bookham Boxing Arena in Jamestown. Oh, she whooped her, man. I tell you. Listen, I'm not saying it in any different way, but I wouldn't show you the pictures, but go online, go watch her do her stuff. She really whooped her opponents real good. Real good. Her victory wasn't just a personal achievement. It was a moment of pride for her country and the entire nation. Her coach, Ebenezer Coach Killer Ajay. Oh my God, what a name, Coach Killer. That should send shivers through the spines of anybody who wants to learn from him. Well, the coach acknowledges the significance of her title. The title is a big deal for her and for the gym, the community, and the nation of Ghana in Africa and the world at large. It's not easy to win such a title, and no woman from Ghana had ever won such a title before. For Cortez, winning the world title is not just about personal glory. It's about paving the way for other women in the sport. There are women in boxing before her, but they were not allowed to travel outside Ghana. And she became the first woman boxer to travel outside of Ghana on the ticket of Black Bombers. That's Ghana's national boxing team. And now she's the first lady to win the world title for Ghana. And she said it profoundly and proudly. I love feel-good stories. I love feel-good stories in the morning. Especially when things are getting better in the world in terms of sports, right? People like her wouldn't have to go fight a man. That's the reality, you know. I saw in the Gumball Olympics, I saw this really good boxer from, I think she was from Italy, being pulverized by a guy, who says he's of another gender and all that. But in the real sense of it, women's sports should be for women's sports. I'm not a political person. I'm not trying to, come up or, gather stuff that's not there. It's like somebody who plays tennis playing a woman. It's not the same, people, right? Let's draw back to common sense. It's just the truth. I'm happy for the Ghanaian lady Cortez. I'm really happy for her, and I'm rooting for her as well. Because each and every time you see her, if you see her on the streets, don't try to just do that stuff we do, right? Don't try to shakara her and all that. Don't do that, because she's gonna whoop you. She definitely gonna whoop you. Yeah. Oh my God. Funny how time flies when you're having fun. I still got more news item coming your way. I think I better rush this so we can have enough time to just be able to deal with this morning. Better still, we'll play with more music, and we'll get back to one more news item that we can just have a tete-a-tete with this morning, and from there we'll see how it goes. Okay, that's true. Now, one of my favorite Ghanaian musicians is a man called Manifest, and I don't know what that guy did in terms of me being involved with this music, and in terms of hearing it and just pushing it out there. This guy knows his own stuff. He knows everything, and that's the truth. What better way to just congratulate the lady who just won the world champion for in boxing, that's Cortez, and what better way than playing her the music and dedicating the music of Manifest for her this morning. Manifest is somebody that you guys gotta if you've not heard about Manifest before, you better go listen. You better go listen. This is a man who doesn't say so much. I saw him. I think it was the last time I saw him online. That is was one of Burna Boy's concert out of England, and man, this guy's just unassuming. That's the word for him. You look at him, you probably think, "Oh, is that him?" But then he holds the microphone. Oh, he's blasting away. He's blasting away. Have a feel of Manifest. And this one he calls Invisible. And we'll come back after that, and we'll just deal with one more news item and before we round up for the show today. It's not meant to be her. Okay. All right. She just floating, man. You just floating. All right, let's do this again one more time. All right. Invisible, Manifest from the album Nowhere Cool.
Invisible, nobody sees me. Goodbyes and highs, nobody greets me. Can I be a member? I do surrender. I have no agenda. Just see me. Just see me.
Outcast and misfits, lonely dogs throwing bitch fits. What you gonna do when the shit hits? Let me switch gears on the stick shift. Fast boys and the waitress, work more, they pay less. Hire you with a head low, she run at the speed of techno. Trotro mates counts with him, he could have been a mathematician. And in addition, he knows what social division. We ought to eat fish, care less who's doing the fishing. At the chop by,
This is Cradle Radio.
Invisible man with visible fears. At airports is when I appear. Bell buckles and shoes off. Small landing where I won't see. Faceless with a face mask. And the train holding my day passes. The day pass and the hand ticks on the Big Ben. I'm a hostage.
Invisible, nobody sees me. Goodbyes and
Wake up in the morning every weekday. Join Akinloye on Cradle Radio.
I do surrender. I have no agenda. Just see me.
Yeah, I was out one night for relaxation. Young lady flagging me down without hesitation. In East Legon, near where they sell medication. You know well, same place where they sell fornication. I'm not judging, just something to touch on. You know how the economy did. Boys pray to get it hot on. Girls dress for the night work and fellatio, that's light work. Picking mini skirts and it might work. Go back to the young lady, I mean, could it be more than 17? Maybe in the daytime she's a DJ wearing a hijab. Transform in the nighttime, wearing secular garbs. Nobody seen in pain, she's just up for grabs. Me too, I'm minding my business. I hit the gas and pass.
Invisible, nobody sees me. Goodbyes and highs, nobody greets me. Can I be a member? I do surrender. I have no agenda. Just see me. See me.
This is Cradle Radio.
This is Cradle Radio. This is Cradle Radio.
This is Cradle Radio,
The home of all things Africa.
Wake up in the morning every weekday and join Akinloye on Cradle Radio.
I got goons from the left, goons from the right. Pull up on the roads with a bad chica. And man, I'm on a gada chica. I got
This is
goons from the
Cradle
left,
Radio.
goons from the right. Pull up on the roads with a bad chica. And man, I'm on a gada chica. And my pocket looking gigantical. You say, oh, soldier never die. I'm a man, I die, chikwa. Hey, man, I'm on a god, chikwa. But I'm still writing my article. No sleeping on a bicycle. And I give thanks, show gratitude. But I'm still a nigga with an attitude. But if you run up on you any day, so if you much about you, don't fuck up another man daily bread. Then me they throw me shots like NBA. Man, if they go have all need it. Too many struggle men who they read. But do I cover me for any days? Brother man, I never lose God. Every day me go so hard. Reason why I be the youngest in charge, no count to get the youth out. Why I'm on my next level? I say I pass common entrance. I got goose from the left, goose from the right. Pull up in the roads with a back chica. Hey man, I'm on a god, chikwa. And my pocket looking gigantical. No sales, so I never die. I'm a man, I die, chikwa. Hey man, I'm on a god, chikwa. But I'm still writing my article. No sleeping on a bicycle. And I give thanks, show gratitude. But I'm still a nigga with an attitude. I'm a baller. I'm a baller. I'm a baller. I can't deny it. I'm a baller. I'm a baller. I'm a baller.
Tires with the bees on it. Bust down chain looking like a freeze, don't it? Girl, stop playing. Don't ruin a great moment. Been doing my thing lately. No woman can take it from me or letting me catch it. A legend. The people really know me because it's really hot. But I get this watch out, they get the snore, yeah. Show. Go to the hood. Love it or hate it. I'm still a goat. I fell in love with the Ebo. She told me I'm a demon. I'm in the new Fino. He said go get a new one. And yo, America, tell my parents to stop dreaming. So I told the ball, well, nah, baby, we super eagles. Wale, I be rapping all day. When I step in this situation, the temperature change, okay. Wale, nice your boys in the game. And whosoever with the Wahala, come holler my name, Baba.
I got goose from the left, goose from the right. Pull up in the roads with a back chica. Hey man, I'm on a god, chikwa. And my pocket looking gigantical. No sales, so I never die. I'm a man, I die, chikwa. Hey man, I'm on a god, chikwa. Come for me, I go show you practical. Still writing my article.
The song of Wale, I beg your pardon, I'll put it this way. Song of Fino alongside Wale. They call this one NWA. This is a great song. It's always going to be evergreen in my books. You know, the collaboration of both them two, it's something else, man. It's really something else. NWA. This is Cradle Radio, people. Don't forget that Facebook followership that is going to allow us to be streaming live on Facebook as well. The same way we're doing on YouTube right now. The same way we're doing on Instagram. And the same way we're doing on Twitch. We want to make it like a quartet in different branches in such a way that we could be able to beam out live to Facebook as well. So, and how do we get that? We need a certain number of followership to be able to do that. I think that's one of the new recommendations or requirements, as the case may be. You know, so this is what's going to happen. I would implore you, kindly follow us on Facebook. And where do you go to on Facebook? You got to go to Cradle Radio. Okay, let's see what's happening over here. It's just not okay. It's just giving me this one. All right, let's come back here. This way we could just always be here. All right, now just follow us on Facebook. Right, when you do that, it allows us to be able to come and stream live on Facebook. I really want to crack that. So kindly do that for us, and we'll be on the same page having to do that. I still got a little time left to be able to, get you into the flow of this particular news item. Just wait for this one. This is really good. I like it. I really like it. It's something that is going to draw your attention in different ways, especially when it concerns what is happening around, especially in Egypt, and not only Egypt. The headline says Egypt dismisses rival authority in Sudan, supports military rule. I want to get to the nitty-gritty of that before we round off the show today. So let's get into what that news item is all talking about. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati held discussions with Sudanese Foreign Minister Ali Yusuf El Sharif in Cairo. That was on Sunday. Following their meeting, they addressed the recent developments involving Sudan's paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, and their allies, who signed a charter on Sunday to form a parallel government. This comes as Sudan's army has made significant progress against rival factions. Ali Yusuf El Sharif emphasized no one will recognize the so-called parallel government to the Sudanese government. He further stated that Sudan does not accept any foreign recognition of this parallel government. The RSF's signing ceremony took place in Nairobi, Kenya, behind closed doors, following a controversial meeting last week that drew criticism from Khartoum's foreign ministry. The signatories claim they aim to create a government focused on unity and peace, despite widespread concerns from human rights organizations and the international community regarding the RSF's alleged atrocities since the conflict began in April of 2023. The ongoing war in Sudan has resulted in over 24,000 deaths and displaced more than 14 million people, which is roughly 30% of the population, according to the United Nations. Approximately 3.2 million Sudanese have fled to neighboring countries. Last week, the UN reported that its Human Rights Office recorded over 4,200 civilian deaths in 2024, with the actual number likely being much higher. The Sudanese military has gained the upper hand in the conflict, having regained control of key areas, including the capital of Gezira province, Wad Medani, and the largest oil refinery in the country. Abdullati informed reporters that the ministers had talked about Gaza's future and the potential result of the upcoming Arab summit scheduled to take place in Cairo. All right. Anyways, what the headline says is Egypt dismisses rival authority in Sudan, supports military rule. Egypt seems to be a force to be reckoned with in that part of Africa, and seems to be, the nation that brings everybody together, having to, follow what needs to be done in terms of peace. So I think everybody listens to Egypt in that part of Africa. Oh, time flies. Okay, I'm about signing off. All right, let's just get this done and dusted, just like that. Well, it's been a pleasure doing this. I really appreciate you being here, and thank you so very much for being a part of it. It's just I got to rush out of the studios. It's my time is up in terms of the streaming process. I'm still in the studios in terms of if you want to, get me any information that you might probably want to just, still, send across. How do you do that? You could just write me through info@cradleradio.com. If you do that, we'll be talking, and we'll be having, back and forth in terms of how you want stuff done, especially for people that are musicians and have their music, wanting to have their music played. If your music is good, I'll play it, no doubt. Believe you me. All right. If your music is African, if it's good, I definitely will play it. My name is Akinloye, and this is Cradle Radio. It's been a pleasure doing that. I will do same tomorrow. Tomorrow? Okay, yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do same tomorrow. So tomorrow then. All right, until tomorrow, stay safe, guys, and be safe, and just be good. That's the most important part. Be good, and just do something that is in accordance with the rule of law where you're staying and where you're living in. I'll leave you now, but I'm not going anywhere yet. I will talk tomorrow morning. Have yourself a wonderful day ahead.